Welcome back to Bedtime Stories with Eli, and the topic of today's bedtime story is how important are shared interests in dating? One more time. How important are shared interests in dating? If I have to start off and answer this question direct, straightforward, and upfront, absolutely crucial. They are absolutely crucial. You have to have at least some shared interests. If you have no shared interests or nothing in common, then, how are you going to get along, right? That's a simple way to answer the question. Let's go to the Reddit posting from the subreddit OkCupid. Not the best dating site to use anymore. I've said that before in many other videos and many other dating videos I've done. I'll say it again. OkCupid used to be good over a decade ago, or maybe even 5 years ago was better. 5 to 7 years ago was better than it is today, but there's too much spam on it now, and most of the men and women have gone to other apps like Match.com. They've gone to Hinge. They've gone to Bumble, Coffee Meets Bagel. And what's the other one? eHarmony is still pretty good, but like I always mention about eHarmony, it takes too long to get to open communication, so they kind of need to spruce up that app a little bit, or that dating site a little bit. But anyway, let's get to the posting here. The original poster poses the question: do you place much emphasis on shared interests? When I check out people's profiles, I rarely see anyone with much in common interest-wise. On the occasion that I receive a message from someone who seems nice but without similar interests, not sure if I should take a chance or just keep waiting. Well, it depends on the dating site you go to. If you go to these swipe left and swipe right dating sites, dating apps, they don't have a big enough section where the men and women can write enough about themselves. I mean, people can write as much as possible, but you can still write enough in there to give people somewhat of an idea of what you enjoy doing, right? And you should be able to look at the pictures. And if people are taking, multiple pictures and posting multiple pictures, they're going to be showing you what they enjoy doing for fun, such as being outdoors on a hiking trail, being at a nice dinner, going dancing, right? You got to look for all of that. And then if you connect and you start chatting, you ask them, hey, what do you enjoy doing during your spare time? Or I always would ask when I was single, I would ask, what are you seeking? Because even though they may say they're looking for a relationship, you want to ask them. If a woman is interested in you, and you ask her what she's seeking, she's gonna say, I'm looking for a relationship. I'm looking to get to know someone, and if it leads to a relationship, that is great. Okay. If she responds and says, "Didn't you read my profile? I put it in my profile." That's a woman that has low interest and is just angry and bitter, and I would just eliminate her. But anyway, here's what this person wrote. When I check out people's profiles, I already read that. I rarely see anyone with much in common interest-wise. On the occasion that I receive a message from someone who seems nice but without similar interests, not sure if I should take a chance or just keep waiting. Okay, I already read the whole thing. I read it twice. Let's go to the comment section and see what people said in the comments. The first comment states, I want at least some shared interest, even if it's something that's not particularly exciting. Well, you want to be excited about the things that you enjoy doing for fun, and you want to be excited about the things, your partner enjoys doing for fun. You need to find some common ground. One thing that I find common ground with most women is, being outdoors and taking a walk, taking a hike, taking a walk along the beach, maybe taking a drive down the coast highway or a beautiful highway in your area, going on a weekend getaway trip. I mean, there are so many things that you can do that both men and women just naturally and automatically love. Okay? I've paired with people I share a little in common with, and that gets old fast. That's why you have to ask a lot of questions right away. When if you're meeting women from dating sites, dating apps, you got to get to the phone and spend a half an hour or an hour and ask them what they enjoy doing for fun. Listen to their tone of voice. Listen to how excited they are to get to know you. And that first phone call will tell you a lot. And you'll be able to decide if they're worthy enough to meet in person or not meet at all. And then you can just, use the time you saved from not meeting them to talk with somebody else. Maybe a better fit. Even if there's no shared interest, but they express an adventurous, try anything spirit, that's gold. Finding new things together is what it is all about. Well, that is a good thing, but you still want to ask them specifically, what do you enjoy doing during your spare time? What's fun to you? And they'll tell you. If they don't tell you, and they're uncertain, right, then maybe there's someone that's just not a fun person to be around. Maybe they have unresolved issues, and you'll be able to tell after one phone conversation. Even if there's I already read that. Try watching movies and relaxing with someone who only watches horror and murder porn docs, or can't stand beer when you love hitting cool microbreweries, or hates the water and you love it. Well, listen, you're not going to find someone that enjoys every single thing that you enjoy, right? But here's the thing, what I've noticed, okay? Like I always say, attraction is a must and not a choice. You're going to know within 3 seconds, not 2, 3 seconds, when you first lay eyes on each other, if there's a large rush or spark of sexual attraction. If that's there, and you're attracted to each other, and you can communicate well and express yourselves emotionally and mentally and spiritually connect as well, then you just play it by ear from there. Because here's the thing, if you bond with that person, it's not going to really matter where you go on your dates. All that matters is you're spending time together, right? So that's what you need to make your focus more on first. But yes, still ask, what do these women enjoy doing, right? When you're talking to them on the phone before you decide to even meet them in person. Okay, let's see. Let's go to the next comment here. For me, I think a shared personality is most important and can eventually lead to some interest crossover. Sure, just talk about it. See how you both get along, right? And again, the most important thing is having the attraction being there when you first meet. I don't think you should overly focus too much on trying to, find as much commonality with the things you'd like to do for fun right away. You should talk and see if you have anything in common, right? If you have 1 or 2 or 3 things in common, right, that's cool, right? But you need to more so focus on overall attraction and chemistry before anything else even matters. And nowadays, a lot of women don't even like to open up about what they enjoy doing until chemistry is established, because they've invested so much time in the past, just like I have. I used to do the same thing in my younger days. I would talk to women for like a month. This was in my way younger days, when online dating first came out on laptops and desktops before we got these smartphones we have nowadays, right? I would, talk to a woman, through messaging and phone calls for 2 weeks or a month. And you would build up this emotional bond and spiritual bond and mental connection and all that. And you meet in person, there's no chemistry, and boom, date over. And then you wasted that entire month, for nothing, right? You got to get to the point faster nowadays, and you have to focus on one thing first. Figure out if the attraction, the chemistry is there, then you can build off of that, okay? Yeah, I suppose, but if she shares personality, it's almost a given her interests are going to intersect with mine, so I kind of see them as the same thing. Okay, I have nothing to add to that. Similar lifestyles, similar interests. Yeah, you do kind of want to, get to know a woman, and women, you want to get to know a guy, and to the point of where you see how your lifestyle is, regardless of what you enjoy doing for fun. It's more so about personality traits, okay? So that's what I look for is the personality traits. Are we in alignment there? Because like I said earlier, if you get along with someone, it's not going to matter where you go or what you do. All that matters is that you're together, and that's the most important thing there. Okay. I would say it needs to be something like 30% overlap, enough that there's stuff to do together where neither person feels out of place, but not so much that you can't get away from them and do your own thing once in a while. Yeah, and here's the thing, guys, okay? Friends are important, family's important, you got to balance it in. But here's the thing. If you are truly looking to, get to know someone as a dating partner and as a potential marriage partner and someone to have a family with and all of that, you have to make them a priority. And there's going to come a point in time where you're gonna prioritize them over your friends and other things, and you're going to prioritize your partner at the same level you would prioritize your family, because they're going to become family, or you want them to become family, right? So when I see guys write, but not so much that you can't get away from them and do your own thing once in a while. When you find the right person, especially as you get older, right, you're going to want them to be around as much as possible, and they're going to want you to be around as much as possible. When people say, you can't get away from them, it just means that you're not really ready for a commitment, or you don't want one. Maybe you just want someone to hang out with every now and then, do some activities, have a little sex, and that's that. If that's you, just be honest. There are men and women that do want that, but don't try to convince someone that doesn't want that, okay? Let me read a couple more comments here, and then we're going to wrap this one up pretty quickly, because the one I did yesterday was pretty long. I agree. I feel like you should share at least one or two major interests, but it is not necessary or even ideal to share most or all of them. It is not necessary to bond 100% with shared interests, but I will agree with what they're saying here. You've got to have, at the very least, interests, similar interests at a 30 or 40% level. Okay, it's never going to be 100%. It probably won't even be 50%. I've been fortunate to come across women, and I'm so good at vetting and getting to know a woman before I even meet her through a phone call, if it's through online dating or dating app. I've gotten so good at that to the point of where I can tell, how much, we share similar interests. And I've been fortunate to find women that share at least 50% of my interests, right? But I'm very intuitive. I'm a man that's very intuitive, and most men are not naturally intuitive. Women are completely intuitive. It's part of their biology, but for men, it's not. Again, for me, I'm very intuitive, and I know the type of questions to ask, and I'm assertive, and I just get to the point. But not every guy is gonna be able to figure it out, like I do. So yeah, 30%, similar interests. That's a good percentage there, right? As long as there's overall chemistry, that's the biggest thing right there. All right, let's read one more here, and then we're gonna wrap this up. This is from a 25 female. That's what she puts in her comment below her username. I would say it is more about matching interests and lifestyles. If you enjoy playing tabletop games with a local group every Thursday and Saturday night for 5 hours, then your partner doesn't necessarily have to be in that same thing. But they would have to either have their own hobby or enjoy being on their own during that time. My lady has a hobby, and she, has this hobby that she does with other friends once per week, and that's awesome. I support her on that, and while she's doing that, I'm recording more videos or doing a live stream or focusing on my purpose, right? No problem. That's great. And I actually do enjoy the hobby that she has, but that's her time, and that's her time with her friends and stuff like that, and I totally respect that. And it gives me time, like I said, to do my things, a little more time. And when you're a YouTuber and you're cranking out content like it's out of style, like I've been doing at least lately, or for quite some time, yeah, it's nice to have some of that time, to yourself. Let's see here. Okay. Then your partner doesn't necessarily have to be into that same thing, but they would have to either have their own hobby or enjoy being on their own during that time. Okay, read that. While it is great to have matching interests in the beginning of a relationship, it doesn't really matter whether it's a proper hobby. Like I was saying earlier, chemistry, attraction, that's what matters. Everything else will just fall into place because all that's going to matter once you have chemistry is how much time you spend together and how you get along with your personalities. Okay, doesn't matter where you go or what you do once you have that chemistry and attraction. All that matters is you're spending time together and how you treat each other. Bottom line. And what man or woman doesn't like going out to a nice dinner every now and then, or even a little hole in the wall, right? Come on, so easy. This is easy. This is easy peasy. But our youth is having problems nowadays because they're just being raised differently than any other generation in the past. The millennials, Gen Y, and the Gen Z post millennials, the I generation. By the way, this is millennial monkey and baby Z. This is the father and the son. And again, I have these guys here in my videos because the millennials and the post millennials, the Gen Z I generation, they're struggling the most with this. It's obvious with these postings on Reddit. It's very obvious. Let's see. More often than not, you'll have things in common that neither of you listed in their profile. Absolutely, you'll figure that out as you go along, as long as the chemistry and attraction is there. If somebody is interested in you, give it a shot and see if you can talk to that person. When the conversation is good, chances are you'll discover things you both love to do together as the relationship evolves. And I think we've drilled this one into the ground, and that's where we're going to wrap this up. I want to thank you all for taking the time to view another video here. I hope you all learned something new here today. Another video is coming to this channel soon. Please like, share, subscribe. Bang, 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 bang the bell. Select the notifications. Get yourselves a great night's sleep, and I'll catch you next time. Take care. Bye-bye. Good night.